Good afternoon, parents and students. Hope you're doing well. We're going to continue where we left off with our concrete examples of modeled fractions and mixed and improper fractions. So mixed and improper fractions are still going to be equivalent. That's not going to change. We prefer the mixed fraction to the improper fraction. But in this case, we aren't going to divide the model into its unit fractions. We're just going to use the proper fraction for each of those rectangles and show you a second way to do it, which is a little bit more abstract. You can use the models either by dividing them into unit sections, or you can use this method by just telling us what fraction of that whole we're going to be using to come up with our improper and mixed numbers. So whatever one works for you is the one that you should use. It's a little bit less time consuming to just use the fractions in this abstract method. And as long as both sides agree with each other, either way is fine. So this is our sample. All right. And then down here, I'm going to show you two examples. We want to come up with a mixed number and an improper fraction. So these two have to equal each other. So let's say I'm going to come up with if I give you the mixed number, I want you to make the model. If I give you the model, I want you to make the numbers for that. So we're going to go back and forth between over here it's more concrete, over here it's more abstract. So let's do that for both these. And improper. And I'm going to get even more abstract down here. So for the mixed numbers, let's choose, we have to choose a fraction. So we're going to be doing fractions this whole time. So we did eighths. Let's do 6. 6, we're going to divide into thirds and divide the thirds into halves. Okay. When we're dealing with fractions in the 4th grade, we'll go over halves and fours and all that, but we want to use numbers that are a little bit larger than that. We want to use fractions that are like from the 6th to the 12ths. 12ths take a long time, so I'm not going to do 12ths here just yet. So let's say we have these two examples. And over here, I'm going to come up with a mixed number. Let's say 3, and these are 6. I'm going to show you a shortcut for those down here. So these are all 6. So I have to do at least 3 of them, right? That's a whole number. So here's 1, 2, 3. We're adding these together. And let's say down here, let's just eliminate this one. Let's just say these are 6 also. And let's eliminate this one. And let's say we remove 2 of these. Okay. So there we are. So I have my 3 wholes. 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to take any pieces out of that. And we have our 1 down here where I've taken 2 pieces away. And we had 6 sixths. Remember, that's our whole fraction. And we subtracted 2. 6. Okay, and we got 4 6 over here. So this would be 3 and 4 6. Here's 1, 2, 3. And then this is the one where we remove some pieces here. We remove 2 6. And we can use subtraction for that, some simple subtraction. And we came up with our mixed number. Now, this is how we like to look at things. Okay, right here we have our proper fraction. The numerator is smaller than the denominator. And now we want to make an improper fraction also. So we want to know both ways. Even though this is a no-no, we still want to know how to do this. And there will be explained next week probably. So what would our improper fraction be? Now we could use a little multiplication, a little bit of mind reasoning or thinking, math reasoning in our heads. And we can say, there's 6 here. Let me put that at the bottom. There's 6 here. Still a whole number. I'm still writing it on the outside, right? And there's 6 here, and there's 6 here. And then here we have 4 6. So we can take these 6's 3 times. What's 3 times 6 is 18. Okay. So that would give us 18 6. That's these up here. Plus this 4 6. You can see how much larger and clumsier improper fractions are. And we can add the 18 and the 4, and we get 22 6. So here's our improper fraction. So 3 and 4 6, it's still equivalent, still the same amount as 22 6. Here's our wholes, 1, 2, 3. Here's our fraction part. That's how this came out. Or we can add just the fraction parts, or count them, or use a little bit of multiplication, whichever be the best for you. Multiplication is the fastest. That's why we're learning a lot about multiplication in 4th grade. We have 18 and 4 is 22 6. So these are equivalent fractions. This one we prefer. This one's kind of a no-no, but we're learning how to do it anyway. It'll come in handy later on. Now down here, I'm going to show you a shortcut to the same problem up here. Okay. Instead of, since I've decided we're going to do 6, here, inside the hole, this rectangle, I'm just going to write the fraction 6 6. I know that that's a whole fraction, and that represents the whole piece with nothing removed. Here I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to say 6 6, and I know that that's a whole. And over here I'm going to write 6 6, and that's a whole. This saves us some time from using our unit fractions. So we're going to escape from unit fractions a little bit, kind of shortcut it into just writing the fraction part inside. And here is 4 6. Now this makes it a lot easier, okay, than dividing them up. So we're going from a little bit of concrete here to completely abstract here. We aren't dividing anything up anymore. We're just going to be using the fractions and whole numbers. So, and these two we aren't going to bother with. So if we look here and we add these together, okay, we get 1, 2, 3. There's our whole fraction, and 4 6. So this is 3 and 4 6. And we didn't have to do the complete model using unit fractions. We're just using proper fractions and whole fractions, because here's a proper fraction, here's whole fractions. What would improper be? The improper fraction? Well, we know that should be 22 6, but let's just add these together. Let's do a little bit lengthier way to do it. Now again, these are the same amounts, and when you add the same amounts, it's like multiplication. Plus our 4 6. And if we use some multiplication, 6, 6, and 6, 6, 12, 18. This is 18 6. Plus 4 6 is 22 6. So here's our improper fraction. This is the no-no fraction. And here's our mixed number, which we would prefer to have a mixed number as our final answer. So you've had one page. There's going to be one page of samples like this, a couple pages of practice. And I'm hopefully going to, on your practice, okay, on your practice sheet, you're either going to make a fraction part or a model part. If you get the model, you're going to make the fraction. If you get the fraction, you're going to make the model. You're going to make both these sides equivalent. So if you get a fraction over here, make the model over here. And you can either divide using the model like this, or you can shortcut it using just the fraction parts here. If you get the fraction part over here, then you have to come up with the, or the model part over here, then you have to come up with the equation or the fraction part over here. I hope that's not too confusing. There's 2 pages for you to do that on. If you have any trouble or you get confused, play the video over, review your samples up here. Okay, it's quite a lot to take in at one time, but you have a week to complete it, and I will see you online if you have any questions.